The following program contains scenes and language of a frank and explicit nature. Discretion is advised.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
There it is. There it is. Welcome to Rare Form Nap Hour. Well, keep going. Can you do 15 more seconds? 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi.
I could do it, but I just fucking 40 years of smoking.
You back on it? A little bit?
A little bit.
A little bit. Did something happen or just like you forgot how delicious it was?
I forgot how delicious it was.
That'll do it.
I'll tell you exactly what happened.
Please, yeah.
I went to Vegas.
Las Vegas?
Las Vegas, the city of
The one
Vegas.
in the Nevada one?
The Nevada one.
Yeah,
the one
yeah.
The one located in Nevada.
Yep. Chin City, they call it.
Why do they call it that?
Asians.
Oh.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Chin City. Hi, Heidi. Go ahead. Sorry.
And I had a couple cigarettes, and I was like, it's fine. And then I just was like,
Don't you know that that's how it works?
I know that that's exactly how it works.
Yeah.
And
Every time.
Didn't give a fuck.
How many times have you gone back to smoking that exact way?
In Vegas? Like
Or just like
going to Vegas? 'Cause
Yeah.
That has
That's what I mean.
That has a high count.
How many in Vegas and how many like, I'll just have one?
Like 45, maybe. But I'm trying to get the lid on it because I just can't. Like, I feel the effects after 2 days of smoking. I'm like, oh, my God.
And how long have you been back at it?
A couple weeks.
Yeah.
I must say, though, the one thing about smoking is I look so cool doing it.
I was going to say it.
Which is why I do it.
Before you shut up, Heidi and I were talking, and she's like, whenever I see Todd, he looks so lame because he's not smoking. I was like, well, good news. I said, good news.
Yeah.
Funny you mentioned that, Heidi, because he just started smoking again, and he looks cool as fuck. Wait till you see him.
Fuck.
And then when you walked in the room,
She noticed.
her eyes lit up.
Yeah.
She goes, that's a smoker.
I saw her nipples pop out.
Yeah, me too. Me too. All three of them. They just
Totally.
went bing, bing, bing.
Wait, I was standing in line at the CVS, and I
Pharmacy?
I had like, yeah, but not at like the back end.
No,
I
but
was
CVS
at the
pharmacy.
actual checkout,
Yeah.
and I'm standing there, and I have like seltzer water, I have all this shit, and I should have gotten a thing, but I didn't, and I'm next, and my arm is about to fall off, and there's this guy, he comes in, middle-aged guy, super nice, and he looked at me. And he didn't have anything, and he goes, "Do you mind if I just need one thing?" And I looked at him and I go, "Sure." And I was pissed. I was like, "Yeah, okay, sure." So he goes up and he goes, "Do you have Nicorette gum?" He was going crazy. He was like going like this, like shaking. Yeah.
Fiending.
And then he turned around and he's like, "I'm sorry." And I'm like, "No, it's all right, dude. I get it. Like, I understand."
Did you forgive him at that moment?
No, because I've never smoked.
You should
so I
have
no
bought
idea.
a pack of cigarettes, lit it up in front of him, taken a drag, and went
Fuck you,
right
sir.
to his face.
I thought you smoked before.
Never.
Oh.
Nope.
Could have sworn that you were a smoker.
Yeah, that's what people would say. "Oh, you look like a smoker." I'm like, what does a
That's
fucking
not what I
smoker
meant. That's not what I said or what I meant.
But that just means you look cool. I look
Yeah,
cool.
that's what I
Maybe
that's it.
smoking's another name for a dick sucker.
Oh, fuck. That could be it. They're mutually exclusive or whatever.
Yeah, you look just like a smoker.
What? Uncool.
But the way they say it to Dan is, you look like you suck dicks.
No, I'm just a smoker. It's all good. How you guys doing?
Eh.
I think I should probably
I've
just
been
stop
in
asking.
bed for 2 days. I've been so fucking depressed. It's
I'm so
those
jealous.
Why? What's
fucking
going on?
Jehovah's Witnesses. Fucking. I'm. How old am I? And they're still fucking with me. It's horrible what happened to me.
What happened?
Okay, you want to hear about it? Okay, cool.
Thanks for asking.
So my father-in-law just passed away, and I loved him.
Wrong button. Sorry. Say it again. Just give me this, please.
My father-in-law just passed away. Oh my God.
Oh, sorry. One more. I'm sorry. I'm done.
No.
I'm done.
Okay. And I loved him. And he loved
Your
me.
father-in-law?
And he was always, oh my God.
Okay, I'm done. Really?
And he was always very accepting and awesome to me. His wife, however, my mother-in-law, my ex-mother-in-law, was a devout Jehovah's Witness. So because I was disfellowshipped, she had a hard time with me. Like, I pretty much wasn't allowed in their house a lot of the times. When we'd play cards, they couldn't deal to me. Like, it was just... It's so fucking stupid.
Wait a second. Let me back up a couple of seconds.
We gotta take our time with this one.
So, out of all the horrible things that you could have brought up that they might have done to you, the one that is your go-to is
It's scarred her for life.
they wouldn't deal you in on a hand.
I'm trying to put it in a way that like people understand. Like,
We didn't know it
they
was such a
won't even-
traumatic. We didn't know
No,
people
they
could
won't
be
even-
so low
No,
and
like,
depraved.
If
Like, wait,
I was allowed into
see-
the home, they
I see-
pretend like I'm not there.
I see her sitting there like with the cards like fanned open, and she's just waiting. They're just like,
Yeah,
Pastor,
it's true.
it's so hurtful.
And then people wouldn't. Whatever. Anyhow, my point is that she was always.
they wouldn't let me pass go or buy boardwalk.
He always made me be that
They wouldn't let me king them ever.
Okay.
Oh God.
Okay. So when my late husband and I first met each other, he had an ex-girlfriend that his
She hot?
mother loved.
Okay.
Jehovah's.
This is gonna get a little.
Jehovah's.
No. So we had went to England to record with Venom, and when I was over there, his ex-girlfriend came back out because his mom invited her out. And to sort of say goodbye, it was like her last time in Wisconsin. Like they have a home, so
One last hand.
yeah. And
Let me deal you in. Sit down. I'll deal you in.
They sit next to each other like,
I just got that now. Took me a minute. Go fish, whatever, dude. And she got pregnant.
From your mom?
they're in
Your
law.
mother-in-law got
No.
the ex-girlfriend pregnant?
She came out to see him.
Okay.
He got her
My
pregnant.
mother-in-law had invited her out and flew her out as a surprise while I was in England because she knew I was gone.
And your former husband got her pregnant?
Yes.
Oh, Jesus. I didn't know any of this.
We weren't really we weren't official yet. Does that make sense? Like we were seeing each other, but I knew he had just broken up with this girl.
Okay.
But he was, he lied, and they had just like broken up.
Yeah.
But his mother loved her so much, and she didn't like me because I was disfellowshipped as a Jehovah's
Okay.
Witness. So
In his defense, you are allowed to bang your ex for 5 years. I think everyone knows that.
5 years.
5
Oh,
years.
okay.
5 years.
So during that time, right when we
Or
found
you're at least allowed to play cards with her.
That's it. That's what I meant. Did I say fuck? I meant play cards with. Go ahead. Go fish, go fuck, whatever.
clearly that's a really important thing for me. So she got pregnant, and then about 2 weeks afterwards, I found out I was pregnant. Okay. So my ex-mother-in-law and one of the cousins and another Jehovah's Witness in the family told Pete, my late husband, that child, if you choose to have one with Heidi, will never be accepted. That
You will
child
never
is
play
not-
cards with that kid.
That child is never allowed.
That's so hurtful.
Yeah, it was really a brutal time.
Which is why, if you notice,
Yes.
that's not an accident.
If Todd is showing
cards.
on Heidi's knuckle, she has the
I'm
the
playing
suits.
with the full deck.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
You don't need their card game.
Don't you have cards on your leg?
Yeah.
Okay.
I have a couple. I have a couple of Suicide Kings.
That's right.
sporadically placed around the body.
Okay, so you're told
And I
that.
also have that. Does that trigger you?
Oh my god, that's
What do you got?
awesome.
What do you got? Oh yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Inside Todd's finger has the King of Hearts. Okay, so you're told that your child will not be welcomed into the family, which is so fucked.
My husband at this time is having a really hard time, obviously, because his mother is like, you know, she's saying that you have to go be with this woman. I don't want to say her name because we're actually friends now. Like, we're friendly.
Becky, Judy, Jill, Jennifer.
And so he's being told by his mother that he needs to go with her. Now his dad, my father-in-law, said you should choose who you want to be with and who you love, like not out of responsibility because, you know, they're both about to have a baby. Well, I got so much pressure from his family, and I went and I had an abortion. And at that time too, I was drinking a lot too, so I just figured, you know. But then after that, I found out I couldn't have kids, and I was like, oh my god!
Did you want a baby? Like, would you?
Oh yeah,
you
I always wanted to be a mom.
So
yeah.
when you were pregnant, even at that time, you wanted to have a baby?
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. But I mean, I clearly I didn't. I had the choice, but you know, I'd been drinking.
You're pushed a little bit.
Did you want the baby, or did you want to play cards more?
Yeah.
Wow.
Take your time though.
Yeah.
It's a serious. This is a very serious.
You can get back to me.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Tune in next week for Heidi's answer. The age-old question: baby or cards? Okay.
I was gonna name him Rummy.
It's kind of a cool name. Rummy Van Tassel
cool.
is a fantastic name.
Rummy.
Yeah.
Hoyle.
Yeah.
Hoyle.
Bicycle Van Tassel.
This is my son, Pinochle.
We call him Peen for short.
Canasta. Pinochle Canasta. So that happened, and then he chose me. And he had this daughter and ex-girlfriend, and they lived
so she had the child?
South Bay area.
She
and
had
she's
the kid.
And her daughter's 22 now, like 21. So I would have, and I know it would have been a boy because I've had psychics all over the world tell me it was a boy.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
No, I believe it though.
I know you do. That's why I said for fuck's sake.
But so I would have had a 22-year-old. Crazy. So anyhow, but my point is that my father-in-law, he passed away. Let's get back to them. And I talked to my mom and dad, or I talked to my mom, and my mom goes, "Oh yeah, well the obituary. That's a hard word.
You got
obituary.
It. Yeah.
Does that sound right?
You nailed it.
It came out, and I said, "Oh, was it? Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome."
I was like, "Oh, what was it? Like, what did it say?" And she's like, "Oh, it was a beautiful tribute."
No, I'm like,
and I said, "Oh, can you read it to me?" She's like, "Yeah, it's My mom was kind of quiet, and she goes, "It's a little weird." And I go, "What do you mean?" So she started to read it, and she goes, "Yeah, it says that he was survived by." I will say her name.
You don't have to if you don't want to.
Was survived by
her. Yeah.
The daughter-in-law, and child.
And they were never married, right?
No.
Oh.
And then it said, and survived by son, my brother-in-law, who's still alive, and his ex-wife and kids. And whatever that's called when somebody dies before that person and preceded in death.
Jim.
You've been waiting to say that.
Waiting to pounce on it.
No, preceded in death or whatever by his son, Pete, my late husband, and that's it.
Fuck.
So they fucking replaced me.
Who did it? Who?
His mom, of course.
Yeah.
But you fucking replaced me? They weren't even married.
That is hurtful.
And as soon as my mom got done, I was like, "I'm sorry, Mom, what did it say again?" And she read it over and she goes, "Oh, well, it says daughter-in-law." She goes, "I didn't know that Pete and her were married." I'm like, "They weren't. Where's my name in there?" And she's like, it's not in here." And I was like, "What?" Listen, so
I'm gonna go ahead and blame your mom. Your mom should have lied to you and said,
she should have just
survived
No.
by Heidi
No,
and then
because-
everybody else.
No, because this was like the nail in the coffin with them. So no,
No pun intended.
That's a bad. No, that's a wow.
Peeps.
That's a bad thing. That's
This is the final
straw
Jehovah's
that-
Witness in the ground.
This is a straw that
Broke
broke
the
the camel's
Jehovah's
back.
Witness.
Because my father-in-law
That's
was
what they call the dead man's hand.
So many, so many card references. The guy was a real card.
real poker face. My father-in-law was not a Jehovah's Witness, and when my husband was in the hospital, he'd always tell my mother-in-law, keep the fucking religion
Oh, I remember you
out
said-
of
yeah.
the fucking room.
Wait a minute. So your mother-in-law didn't like you because you left, but
I was just no.
disfellowship.
There's a difference. Yes.
But she loved her husband who was
He
never
was
even a part of it.
He was never exactly. They love everybody else off the fucking street, but if you were in the religion and disfellowship, you are considered dead, and you're not allowed to speak to that person. They're like the fucking devil.
If I were you, I say we film multiple videos of you winning hands at blackjack.
Yeah.
You just send her one every day of the year. Just send her a new.
So
Or if you and your ex-husband ever made a sex tape, send that to her.
Oh my
Let her
God.
see it.
I
Fuck her up.
being, I think the age I am now and of
32.
yes, I was like, I don't fucking care anymore. And I understand you're grieving. And then I went to the place where, am I being a selfish because my name isn't in there? Like, is that an ego thing? No, it's not. It's a fucking humane thing. It's a fucking decent thing.
Mm-hmm.
I was a part of that family. You fuckhead.
Legally, yeah.
Legally.
Yeah.
She was never. I got replaced by a fucking girl that and then so I sent my brother-in-law a thing and I said, hey, I saw, the like your dad's thing and it was beautiful, but I noticed that my name is left out and I'm replaced by her.
Yeah.
And he was like, I know, I'm sorry, it's horrible. I'm gonna stay out of it.
Ah, thanks. Thank you.
What?
Thanks for the help.
Thanks for getting my back.
So terrible, but I'm not interested in pursuing this.
So I proceeded to call and text all the cousins that I get along, that I'm close with, and my aunt and uncle-in-law that's in New York.
It definitely sounds like you don't care too much about it.
Because I was like,
I get it.
this is wrong.
Yeah.
It's wrong. And I understand it's just a piece of paper. It's in it's nothing. It's online. It's
No,
not
but
like
it's
a big deal.
it's the what's the word I'm looking for? Principle. It's the
Yeah,
principle.
and it's the decent thing to fucking do. And are you so evil? And also, as a Jehovah's Witness, like my dad was so angry. I'm gonna start to cry.
Okay.
Sorry.
We'll wait. It's okay. It's okay. Take your time.
No, it was just really bad.
I get it.
It was not nice. So, anyhow, I got it because my parents were upset.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
My dad, and they're still in the religion. They're not just fellowship. My mom is like, this fucking, I don't want anything to do with them anymore. And my dad, it's sort of like, he sort of went a little off that day. So if she wants people to see, like, that you're.
Were your parents and their parents in touch this whole time? Up until this point?
Yeah, I mean, my dad called his dad on his death in hospice, and they talked. Like, they were close. And that's another thing. And also, I heard last summer that he had my picture and my brother-in-law's ex. He had our photos on his desk, and she asked him multiple times to take it down, and he said, "No, that's my daughter-in-law."
Yeah. Well, that's the most important thing, is to know that he cared. You know what I mean?
Fuck her.
Yeah,
Like,
so-
that's where this is all coming from.
Yeah.
So I said all this, and I was very adamant. I was like, "This is not the right thing to do." And he texted me today, and he goes, "Hey, I just want to let you know that that my dad's obituary has been revised."
Oh.
And I didn't text back for the longest time because I was almost like, then I went into like a shame spiral. Like, oh my God, did I make his death about me? Or like, oh my God, I felt selfish and like, but I was like, no, it wasn't right.
Yeah.
So, but
That's what you feel.
and now it says, but it keeps her as the daughter-in-law, and it says that I'm the widow of their son.
Well,
But whatever, at least I'm in there, and that's like not that it's a will or anything. I don't mean, but it's like
No, I get it. It's an acknowledgement, and
that was
and
my
like
husband, and
Yeah.
those were my those are my in-laws.
Yeah.
And the only reason why I'm not close with her, is because I'm not allowed up at their fucking house. Last summer, she made it a point and was like, I can't come up to the vacation, like they have a summer home where we all went, and I was up there, and she kept calling, asking if I had left yet. Because she was not allowed to be in the same room as me. So
she sounds pretty cool. Yeah. I gotta say, she sounds like a real winner.
And she's
What's their address?
older, and I want to respect my elders and stuff. And I wrote her
Fuck that.
right.
respect.
I'm over that.
Respect is a thing that's earned. It's
Yeah.
not like just because you're older, you automatically get respect. You have to earn respect. She hasn't earned it.
But it's like, God, I'm fucking 50 years old, and these fucking witnesses are still then.
Whoa, wait, you're 50?
Ew! Get out of here.
Not playing cards with you anymore.
That's tough.
Old maid, right?
Good one. I feel like we should
Anyhow,
give
that's
out their
my-
address and send our fans to go wreak havoc on their house.
Just staple cards.
That's
Playing
it.
cards to their house.
And then kill her. If you're listening.
No, that's
No? Okay. Just kidding.
No,
Just kidding.
she's older. She's
Well, a famous man
Ladies.
once said, you got to know when to hold them. And know when to fold them. And I think it's time to fold them.
You've been waiting to say all this.
Do you have any more you want to get out before we move on?
I feel a little flushed. I'm sorry I started to.
I'll bleed them out as the show
There you go. There you go.
Anyhow, I mean,
That's a tough
I
situation.
laid in
I don't think
bed
you're
and watched
selfish.
Full House.
The new one or old one?
Get
Fuller?
it? Full House.
Oh, I get it.
Poker.
Good one. Good one.
No,
Good
I've
one.
never
Excuse
even
me.
seen that show. No.
Good one. Yeah, I don't think what you did is selfish.
No, and there's always solitaire.
She sounds like a real Klondike. This lady. Is that right? Does that work?
I don't know. I don't even know what that is.
I have a question for her.
Who?
For your ex mother-in-law.
Okay. Touching my door is assault.
Touching my door is assault.
Okay.
Are you a fucking retard or what? Are you a fucking
Is that a
retard?
cop saying that?
Okay.
Why would you do that?
Touching my
Down at
door
River
is
Grove?
assault.
Hey, you already said that, you fucking retard.
Who is that? A cop?
I don't think it's a cop. I think it's just a guy who like touched a girl's door.
Oh.
But he might be my favorite guy of all time. Just the way he says it. You can't get away with that anymore. Let's do it again. I love it.
Serious fucking
Okay.
problem.
Touching my door is assault.
Touching my door is assault.
Okay.
Are you a fucking retard or what? Are you a fucking retard?
Okay.
Why would you do that?
Touching my
Down at
door
River
is
Grove?
assault.
Hey, you already said that, you fucking retard.
Dude, he says
This
it
has gotta
with
be
his
like
heart.
in Wisconsin or something.
I don't, there's an accent in
Touching
there.
my door is assault.
You already said it, you fucking retard.
You fucking
The way,
retard.
the way he mocks her at the end.
Yeah.
Why would you do that?
Touching my
Down at
door
River
is
Grove?
assault.
Hey, you already said that, you
Oh, yeah.
fucking retard.
My door is assault.
Touching my door is assault.
Touching my door is assault.
It's got to be Canada, I think.
You think so, maybe?
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. This guy's. I want to.
my
Oh,
door's
there he
assault.
is. Oh, he looks cool. Oh, he's got a mustache, of course. He's wearing like
Oh, he's cool.
the Brian Bosworth type sunglasses.
Yeah, he's real cool.
Touching my door is assault.
Touching my door is assault.
So great. Morons. Love it. Anyway,
Anyhow, I didn't mean to bring it down with the fucking
what do you think was going to happen?
JW shit. No, but I mean,
What was
it's
your
good news
intention?
today that they put me in there.
Well, I mean, the ending is nice. But like, still, I'm sorry that you have that relationship with your ex mother-in-law.
Yeah.
She sounds difficult.
Yeah.
It seems to me that every single one of these religions, Jehovah's Witness, Scientology, they always end badly for people.
And more.
Do you know what I mean?
Mormonism too.
There's like a 1% of the top tier, the Tom Cruises, like
Yeah.
that
Thrive.
benefit and thrive, and everybody else underneath just seems to suffer at some point.
It just pulls people apart. It's supposed to be like this uniting thing, but at times it ruins relationships.
Well, and also what I forget who said it, but they said you can tell a religion and a cult, or you can tell the difference between a religion and a cult is what happens to you when you leave. And as a Mormon, you're excommunicated. Scientology and Jehovah's Witnesses, they are fucking cults.
Yeah.
And there's nice people in all of them. They're good people. They're nice, but it's what happens. Yeah.
Depends. Anyone who's hyper religious has
even
always freaked me out.
religion, even Catholicism, Judaism, like I just don't buy any of it at all.
Did you see the nun? The nun that so there's a nun that they exhumed for some reason, I forget why, but they exhumed her body and she died 4 years ago, and she has not deteriorated, and so they are putting her in a glass case, and people are coming to see her and they're touching her. So it's not a glass case but you can touch her.
Why?
In Tennessee. Because she hasn't, because they're saying
She hasn't rotted
If I
away.
were you,
Yeah.
know what I would do?
Go touch her.
Go play cards with her.
Stupid.
That's weird.
Weird, right?
But it wouldn't make me more of like a believer.
Thousands flocked to see Miracle Sister Wilhelmina Lancaster, whose body shows no decay 4 years after death.
Sounds hokey to me. Maybe they sprayed her with what's the stuff you put on paintings to seal the paint or whatever? Clear coat or something like that.
Yeah,
Maybe she's probably clear coated. Yeah, she's shellacked.
She
Oh,
died at
lady shellac of
95.
Wilmington, wherever the fuck her name is.
Well, you're gonna want to have that true coat.
Fargo.
Yep.
You're gonna want that true coat.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't need no true coat.
I just watched that the other day for a
So
couple weeks
good.
ago for the first
It's
time
so
in a
good.
long time.
So good. Yeah.
Religion, I just don't get me wrong. I believe in a power greater than yourself.
You do?
I do.
Like a god, or you believe in God?
No, not even like a god.
Like a spirituality that connects everybody, or
Like universe, law
not
of
even that.
attraction
Not
sort
even
of
that.
thing?
It's not even that it connects everybody. I believe in like an inner moral compass that comes out of you and attracts things. You know what I mean?
does everybody have it?
Yeah, but most people don't tap into it at all. Most of humanity, I don't think, like a very small percentage do.
Okay.
But I don't, it's not even that I don't believe in a God or an existence of something. It's organized religion. It's a business. It's bullshit. It's a
Absolutely.
way of trying to control people. And that's it.
Sure.
That's it. So like, I have no problem with anybody who's like religious in the sense of, you know, I want to do good because of karmic reasons or because that's what spirituality is like. But like, oh, well, you know, it says in the book or it says in the thing or it says in the papers or it says in, from where? Who?
Right.
Who fucking wrote that? You know, like it's bullshit.
David Cross, the comedian, made a comment about how the Bible was written thousands of years ago when we were even stupider than we are now.
Yeah.
Which I love. I love.
Yeah, so
You
was
know?
so was the Declaration of Independence.
Of course.
So is our Constitution.
Yeah.
You know what I
It's
mean?
all like things are different now.
Yeah, things are different now. If you really want to know my view, listen to anything George Carlin and he talks about religion because he breaks it down perfectly. But like you know, it's just bullshit. It's just business is all it is.
You and I joked forever. Whenever I bring up aliens or UFOs, you always make fun of it, which is it's fun. It's a fun game. But with the way things, and Heidi and I have been talking about it a lot lately, and I'm sure I'm boring Darren to death with my alien talk. I'm just kidding, but there's so much stuff happening lately with like alien UFO stuff. I think the best thing that would ever come from them actually coming here and us knowing for sure is what it would do to organized religions. They'd be like, oh, fuck.
Yeah,
I thought we're supposed to be it. We're supposed to be like the be all end all of the universe.
Oh, do
Here's
most
another
religions
little
not-
George
not
Carlin
believe?
thing.
Most religions, they don't want to believe that there's something that we're supposed to be like the apex everything
Right.
in the universe. Like everything revolves around human beings because of God or whatever. But I think if aliens were to be officially real, I think they'd be like, fuck. Because it's just, you know, it makes you feel like you're not alone. And, you know, I'm curious. What were you going to say?
Yeah, I forget. There was
George Carlin?
Carlin.
Yeah, I
Carlin.
was gonna quote something that he said, and I can't remember what it was right now.
Okay.
I'll remember it.
All right.
But yeah, it's Oh, this is what I was gonna say. Remember this about religion: more people have been killed in the name of God than for any other reason
Oh.
on the planet.
Yep.
Every war that's ever happened, you can draw a line to some kind of religious
Yeah,
belief,
yeah.
or just straight up, this is for God, or
Yeah.
or Allah, or
And I'm
whoever.
not even saying like, oh, well, that one's not bad or this one's bad. Like to me, they're all
all
just
bad.
all equally as bad. Like I get that there's degrees as far as murder and stuff like that goes, but they're all just as bad, and it's just another way of trying to control simple people. That's it.
And on the baseline of it it's a calming thing to think about if you're gonna die, like thinking like you have somewhere to go. I understand that part.
Yeah,
But it's
bullshitting
the-
yourself before you die.
Sort
That's
of.
what it is.
Yeah,
It's bullshitting
sort of.
yourself. Yeah.
It's like a way to comfort
Yeah.
yourself or to comfort others.
Yeah.
And
And I have nothing against people who are religious in that sense.
either.
Like, if that's what you need to do to thrive and survive, then
Yeah.
that's fine. But don't push it on me.
Right.
And that's the
I
problem
accept
with
you.
religion.
I just don't want to hear about
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah. I
Accept
don't
me
wanna
for
hear
not believing. I'll accept you for believing.
Keep thy religion
Well,
to
it
thyself.
destroys.
Yes.
I think it destroys more relationships and lives than it
Yeah.
helps. Speaking of destroying lives, I want to.
Oh, yeah,
I had a talk with you a couple months ago.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't talked to Heidi about it yet, but I talked to obviously Darren about it.
It was when you and I were playing cards together.
That's right. You dealt me in. I dealt you in.
Including each
Inclusive.
I wasn't included.
You were not. It's because you're not part of our thing.
triggered.
You know. Good. Heidi, I had this thing a couple months ago. 3 months ago, maybe? Oh, something. But I was like having these like fantasies of destroying my life, destroying every aspect of my life on purpose. Like I wanted to. I don't know. I just
those like 30 times a day.
well, that's why
Yeah.
I called you about
Yeah,
it
yeah, yeah.
because I talked to her about it first, and I was just like, listen, I'm having.
You're
these-
not like that. Yeah.
It's not like
Yeah,
me.
I know.
But I wanted.
Burning down the house? Destroy?
No.
What do you mean destroy?
I wanted to, on purpose, destroy my marriage, ruin it. I wanted to destroy all my meaningful friendships. I wanted to fuck things up with my family. I wanted to destroy my career, like purposely fuck up my job so I wouldn't be hired anymore.
It's called meth.
I don't. That would have been a quick way to do it. But I wanted to like absolutely ruin every aspect of my life for some reason, and then just start
Over.
fresh and not
Yeah.
know how to do it. I was like,
Oh my
I don't know.
God.
I don't know what brought it on. I was like in some kind of like depression funk.
Do you want me to tell?
Yeah, please.
Just fake your own death.
It was when you went home, and it was with.
Don't say that, but okay, I'll cut that out. No,
Yeah.
no names.
Sorry.
Yeah, so
It was at the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
There was some travel.
uh-huh.
Yeah.
Going home
You're a
was
little
like
lost.
there's a little bit of a tough time. Is that when it was?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So I came back and I just like I was in a hole and wanted to like truly destroy every aspect of my life and like
I can
ruin-
totally
and
relate.
I called you and I asked you because I don't remember ever like really calling you for advice, but you are someone who you do give very, very good advice, and you don't.
Yeah, when I'm
you
not
don't
being
bullshit.
an idiot on the radio.
No, but
yeah.
you really are capable of like you really are one of my best friends, and I knew that you would either have been through it or at least have some kind of insight. And you told me that you felt that same way before.
Yeah, tons of time. Like more.
I was surprised actually,
Often,
because it was so
actually.
new for me.
I think this it's multi-layered for sure. Like for different people, it's going to be different. But there's a fascination, I think, in blowing everything up, and the key being that you want to start over.
But I like everything.
No, I
that
know.
That was the
I
hard
know.
part. Is like I don't have
Look, I've
problems in
talked
my
about
marriage.
this-
I don't have
yeah.
problems with. I love my friends. I love my life is
Oh,
pretty
dude,
great.
sometimes I will cause problems because there's no problems going on. And I've had to really work on that, on not doing that. And now what happens is I'll start writing narratives in my head. If I'm like in that mode of wanting to blow everything up, blow up the outside world,
Burn
so
it
to
down,
speak.
yeah.
And burn down the house. Like I'll start narrative writing things that I'll go to defaults. There have been certain things in my life, whether they're traumatic or whatever, like shitty times that I will default to. There's no trigger to it. Nothing has indicated that that's happening right now, but I'll go to that as a default. Your head is a computer and it has glitches. You know what I mean? And some software sucks and is outdated. So I've had to really work like therapy and recovery and all that to recognize that, oh shit, I'm going down that path right now. I'm purposely narrative writing how I can blow my life up.
Fuck.
And you learn to talk about it, or you learn to self-soothe, like how to get, how to, you know, the red flag is up. All right, what am I fucking doing here? You know what I mean? And focus on some activity or whatever to get pull yourself out of it. But I do that shit all the time. You've asked me many times, why don't you continue to paint? I just gave you that painting, right?
Thank you.
I've said this. I've said this on the show before. One of the reasons why is because when someone says that I'm good at something, I immediately don't want to do it anymore.
Well, you're terrible at radio.
There you go.
You're really
Try to
shitty.
get back in. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
But it's like it's a psychological thing, because it's like it runs under the same umbrella of what you're talking about. Is don't tell me I'm good at something, because then I'm just gonna want to blow it up. You know what I mean? I'm gonna want to wreck it so I could start over, because when things are good, there's a responsibility and an obligation to them.
Oh.
So when you're at the bottom, you can only go up. You know, when you have nothing, everything is a gain. But when you have stuff, there's fear of losing it. There's fear of throwing it away. So like, I'll just blow everything up and then I'm at square one. I don't have any responsibilities.
No pressure, nothing.
No pressure. Everything is a gain now. So
It was
like
so
I said,
weird.
it's multi-layered and it's going to be different for different people, but I can completely relate to that. And I go through periods where it's like, fuck, every day for 6 months, I'm thinking about blowing my life up.
That long?
Oh, yeah. And then, like, you know, I'll have a good week. And then it goes back to another 6 months. But it's gotten to the point in my life where at least once a day, there's a moment where I'm like, if I just fucking drove right into oncoming traffic, I would blow my
Once a
entire
day?
life. Yeah, at
I've
least.
done that.
Yeah.
Or if I just, you know, just said to everybody the worst things I could say, where there's no coming back from it.
That's what I was thinking about doing.
Yeah.
Like,
there's no coming back. If I do this, there's no coming back for it. It's also exciting to think those thoughts. Like, it's completely
human
against
beings
your
we're
nature.
we're so fucked up.
Yeah, we're fucking disgusting, horrible, fucked up creatures. 100%.
Have you ever had those feelings, Heidi? Can you relate to this at all?
Yeah, a lot. But mine are, I want to pack up my shit and put it in my car and drive home. But then I realized that is me not finishing things and
Avoidance or like something.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it's my relationship too. I'm like, you know.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Not to be Mr. fucking Dr. Phil over here. Thinking the way that you're talking about and the way that I'm thinking, and admitting that I think like that often, is also avoidance. There's something going on that you can't deal with or face, even if it's something good. Because there's responsibility you have to take when things are good.
Yeah.
And here's another thing that I have that I
too.
don't think that you have, but here's another thing that I have is you get to, when things are good and my life is good and I've traveled and I have friends and I've done stuff and and then you think, but I don't deserve it. I haven't done anything to deserve it. And that's one that I don't think that you suffer from.
I don't think that's mine.
That's why I'm amazed by you sometimes. Like, wow, there's actually people like Dan in the world.
I hear that all the time. It's such a weird...
Because you don't trip out like normal people
No,
do.
pretty confident.
More
And
people
that-
trip out.
But that's why I freaked out when I started having this.
Right,
I mean,
because-
even I recognize this is not me.
Like you. But that's what I'm saying is it's so human. Like you had a human
I
moment.
don't want to be human. I liked being superhuman for all these years.
But yeah, the whole fucking I'm just a con man. I don't deserve anything that I have. Let me blow it all up. That's a common theme that I deal with all the time.
Right. But again, you deserve everything you got too.
No, but you know, oh, you're funny. Oh, you could pay. Oh, you like shut the fuck up. Like, you're making me feel responsible for it. Shut the fuck up. Not that I don't want the compliments to keep pouring in.
Keep them coming because he'd rather deal with the pain of the compliment.
Exactly. So, and it is. It's like a fucking snake eating its own tail. It's just never ending. And when you, for me, once I've like accepted, it's like a day-to-day thing. Once I've accepted, I'm going to have this tussle till my grave. I can make the tussle easy or I can make it difficult. And most days I'm able to make it a little easier than I have in the past. And to me, that's like the journey of my life. You know, it's like make the fight a little bit easier each day, but it's always going to be there. It's just part of my brain. My left and right hemispheres are constantly fucking, it's the devil and the angel.
Right.
You know, fucker.
Right.
Don't you dare. You know, it's that. Right. It's exactly that.
So what,
for me,
Heidi, for you, like what, when you have those thoughts, what keeps you from doing it?
Solitaire.
Fucking
I don't know. Money and that I have a relationship, you know, like, and what am I going to do at home? I just avoid things. And I've done that over and over again. I've just moved home. I pack up my stuff and I move home.
Now, when you get there, are you happy that you're there? Because
I'm so happy. I could live with my mom and dad forever.
Oh, I would rather.
That's the root of all my problems.
I would rather. I would truly rather be homeless. Yeah. I'd rather be homeless.
100%.
Wow.
Completely.
I mean, I could live with my. In fact, I think it's the opposite.
And I love my parents, but I think I'd rather be like not in a Russian prison, but like a U.S. prison. I'd rather be in some ways.
Gulag.
Yeah, I don't want to be there.
No, I love every minute of the day with my parents.
That's how my wife is.
So envious.
She could live with her parents for the.
And again, I love my parents, but I cannot imagine having that feeling.
It's so great, and just to be close to them and like, it's the best. I love
when
it.
you have the feelings for 6 months, Todd, what keeps you from doing it? When you have those thoughts for that long, how do you not fuck it up? Luckily, mine only lasted maybe I don't know, weeks or a month.
Well, like I said, you learn tools like how to. You learn to, or at least I'm only speaking from my own experience, but I've learned to push it as far as I can, and I know where the edge is. Okay. So I mean, also look at it this way too. Like I fucking did it through drugs for years and years and years, and avoided all that shit. And what ends up happening is, for the first couple of months, you're numb to it, but then it comes back and you're addicted to drugs. So you're thinking that shit while you're fucked up, which is just a living hell.
That sounds even more, that sounds like actually dangerous.
Right. So I've learned ways to, and I've learned ways to get myself out of my own head. And that's through like talking to other people or listening to their fucking problems for a minute, like putting yourself on the shelf and like you'll forget, you know what I mean? And just knowing like whatever is going, life is a roller coaster. Like sometimes I'm on the fucking down and sometimes I'm going up the hill and sometimes I'm going around. Like it's going to change is something that I always stick to.
Yeah.
It will change. And you could say like, well, you have kids, you would never, that doesn't mean shit. When it makes it worse.
Right.
I'm a piece of shit. I should have never had kids. You know what I mean? Like it's just ammo against you. But
they'd be better off without me.
Yeah. Oh, dude, I've had that fucking thought so many fucking times. You know, but you keep trying and you keep learning different tools and you keep trying different things to get yourself out of that and to learn. It's a game. Like I've made it into a game. Like, all right, here's the part of the board that's really fucking tough for me to reach over and move my piece, but like I'll figure out a way to do it.
And do you talk to people when you're in it? Do you talk to people about it? Do you talk to your wife and Heidi too?
The people who are close to me, no.
No.
And they'll be like, "Oh,
they
you're
know
in that place," and I'll be like, "No, I'm fine," and they know I'm lying. So like we play this little dance for like 24, 48 hours, and then usually it would be weeks at a time. It would be months at a time. And now it's like the last hour I was fucked up. Now I'm back and fine. Like you get better at it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Do you get annoyed with both of you? Do you guys get annoyed at how well you're...
I just want to say,
yes,
I think it's funny that you said do you talk to your boyfriend? He's never in fucking town. He was just in Spain.
I knew the answer, but I had to ask.
Yeah,
anyway.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You didn't come back to me. I know you're just like, you're like, oh, did you ask your boyfriend? And then he didn't wait for a response. Anyhow, go on.
No,
Yeah,
it's tough.
Sorry.
It's tough.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, it's fine. Do you guys ever get annoyed with how well your significant others know you? Like when sometimes when Darren, like she knows something about me that I'm doing that it's great that she knows it, but it annoys me that someone knows me so well.
Like when you're sucking dicks?
Todd, please. You know, it happens to you too.
You do
Darren.
know when he is, right?
When if you're in a mood and I can pick up on exactly why, it's annoying sometimes, isn't it?
I can't relate to that feeling as much as you can feel it.
You've said it to me though.
It can be annoying. Yeah, it definitely can be annoying.
You do the mocking voice when I do it.
I do my British voice sometimes.
Yeah.
Or sing-song voice. That's one of my tells that like, you're right, fuck. But you really hate it.
I don't like when people know me.
Like to the point where
Yeah,
like,
that's the other thing
Wish
too.
I had
I
someone that
agree.
knew me.
yeah.
I know you.
Oh,
We know you.
No, but my significant other, I wish
Yeah.
that were the case.
Yeah.
But people who actually
Yeah.
do know me, then I'll get resentful. Like, you don't fucking know me.
That's
that's
it.
Yeah.
his move.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Yeah,
wee.
yeah, I fucking totally relate to that.
Don't tell me what I'm thinking, even
when
if
I'm
you're
not-
right.
Even when I'm not in a bad mood. Don't fuck-
Right?
I've had arguments, mostly more with my wife's friends who are, I've known for all these years, decades. Oh, I know you. You would like this, or I know you, and I'll immediately jump down their throat. Like, first of all, you just completely turned me off to anything that you're fucking saying.
I will
And
not
second of all,
watch, eat,
Yeah.
try,
You
listen
know-
to anything you just
and
said.
Yeah, and you don't know me because if you fucking knew me, you would know how much that fucking irritates
Never
me.
say that.
Yeah, like,
So true. Man, life is weird, huh?
yeah, it is. And here's the thing is like, as you get older too, or me, as I get older, I realize on a daily basis how much time I'm wasting. Like, you don't think of that when you're younger and you're in that state.
No.
But now I have the experience and the wisdom to know this is a fucking waste of time what I'm doing in my head right now, and still can't stop it. So I mean, eventually
So
I can
dumb.
stop it. But yeah, human beings are fucking, like that guy said, he had it perfect. That's why you like that guy so much. People are retarded.
Yeah. It's true. It's so true. Heidi, what do you think about right now?
I was thinking that I always have like it's a fear of success. That's why I'm not doing these things. And now I realize that I'm just fucking lazy. Like,
Well,
it's like,
it could be both. I mean, it's kind of, it can be the same
once
thing.
you take those steps, you have to take more steps, and then you have to do this, and you have to finish these things and do
Oh, dude, if I
Fair
could put
success
my
is that's a real thing.
Yeah.
yeah, and if I could put my drive to where it should be channeled properly, I'd be on top of the world.
Yep.
But I put my drive into torturing myself.
yeah,
Right.
same.
I'm so good at that.
If the
Yep.
if the three of us actually tried our hardest on this show, man, it'd be the number one thing going. But instead, we're all just like,
Crazy.
nah, we'd rather be dead.
Can I tell you guys something that I just
Can't wait to get out of here and smoke.
Yeah, no shit.
Look cool.
Smoke up, Johnny. Go ahead, Heidi.
I just heard on the news on the way here that there are these two girls who worked at LuLu Lemon in Atlanta. Did you hear about this? Who are getting fired, or I'm sorry, they got fired because they called the police when they were being robbed. I know. So these two guys came in with masks on and started taking all the shit. And I guess it's really expensive stuff. I mean, I've always heard that it's expensive, but
It's
And-
swanky ass yoga shit.
they have a
Wearing a
rule
pair of
at
pants right now.
Lemon. Really?
Those are Lulu Lemons?
Oh.
Jesus
And
Christ.
that so there they have
Okay. Touching my door is assault.
Touching my door is assault.
Okay.
Are you a fucking retard or what?
they have a rule at LuLu Lemon. I hate that name even. That you're not supposed to call the cops, and that you're supposed to let them take whatever they want. And then there's a QR code that you have to like do at the end to mark like what they stole. And these girls are getting fucking fired without pay, without anything, without
That's the
shit.
whole story.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
That's
Yeah,
fucking
look
that is
it
ridiculous.
Up. It's horrible. it's
What are
fucking stupid.
what are the grounds? Just because they called
because
the police?
because they were not supposed to
How do you is it
like intervene.
LU?
Yeah.
LuLu Lemon.
And they didn't intervene in the video. You see the girl go, get the hell out of here. What do you do? Which you're supposed to do. And now it's in like Atlanta, I think this is.
Fired after chasing robbers out of the store.
Yeah, fuck. That's your first instinct. That's what you should do.
What the fucking shit?
Well, you shouldn't do it because you could get shot. But I'm just saying
Lululemon-
that's your first instinct.
Yeah, I definitely when I worked at CVS when I was 14, I'm definitely not going to die for CVS.
You were 14.
What?
You just sounded it was funny. Like when
I was 14 when I worked at CVS. Nothing
No,
funny
I
about
know. No, I mean, like, I'm just like, you know, like you have like the
Excuse me, please stop.
like the wherewithal to be like, yeah, no, I would never do that. When
I was like,
14.
Lululemon is defending its decision to fire 2 employees after a snatch and grab robbery in Gwinnett County. The company says it has a zero tolerance policy for chasing or physically engaging with suspects during a robbery.
But they said just stop, and then they called the cops because I guess these men were like, I mean, they took almost like the whole store.
Well, it sounds like they chased them out.
So what? It's
There
like
was zero chasing.
like that's but that's like it's what's happening in LA here. It's awful. Like they're just taking shit and they're allowed to. There's no fucking.
I had this thought yesterday. You know, how, like
Stupid.
on this show a lot, we talk about how like, you know, the police can't, like, they're not able to do their jobs and like we need more cops, we need more of this. What we
Nobody
need,
fucking calls them.
but here that's not the problem. The problem is that we as people are doing something incredibly wrong to, like, kids are being raised wrong, or like we're not like policing ourselves enough. Like it shouldn't be the cops. We're doing something wrong in society where we're allowing this shit to happen.
My neighbor got
or
robbed
something.
the other day.
You've had 2 robberies on your street in the
Oh, in their
very
house?
short
month and
time.
a half. Yeah, like my house
I
is
think
here.
I saw that on Citizen.
Yeah,
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 yeah.
My
Yeah.
house is here. The house 3 houses up, and then my actual next door neighbor within a month, and other houses on the street and around the area have been robbed. And like I have a couple of citizens that I've been like, look, they're not going to help us. Like we've called the cops out, and they come after a while, and like. Giving information, these robberies in broad daylight, by the way, and on the ring cams, you see the guys where they're entering from the street behind us. My neighbor went and talked to the person that lives behind the house and to see, like, hey, did you see any? I went to walk my dog at that time. Like, they're watching, waiting for this guy to leave so they can hop his fence to get into this house.
Yeah.
She tells the cops that, and the cops are like, okay, we'll check it out. And she follows them, cuts through and walks and watches, and they drove by real slow behind the house. And then everyone just took off. Like, they didn't even talk to the guy. They don't give a fuck.
Well, because
they just
can't
want to go home.
do anything,
and they
though.
can't do anything
Nope,
anyway. Yeah,
because if it's not
so we've
over
gotten
9:50.
together, like, and I'm like out. That's another reason why I think I'm smoking more, because I'm out on the porch. Like,
You're on the
I
parole.
put my shotgun like right inside the door, and I just stand there like, I'm here, like, just so whoever's casing these because that's what they're doing. They're casing the houses and watching and waiting. The last few days I've been out there, like, people will pull up on my street for some weird reason and just park. Mm-hmm. They're not picking anybody up. I don't know what they're doing. I don't know if they're casing houses. I don't know if they're drivers that are waiting for a call to go pick. So I don't know. But I've been like blatantly going out and been like, with my phone and snapping. And I've been, yo, what are you fucking doing? I'm like, dude, houses are getting robbed. Fucking deal with it or get off the fucking street.
Yeah.
But there's not enough cops. The ones who are patrolling at least my area don't give a fuck. They really just don't.
But
they can't do anything anyway.
Yeah, you can't do a thing.
That's what I'm saying is that I wish it wasn't falling on like not having enough cops. That's not the
that's-
problem is that people are doing it. Like something is happening in society where
Here's what's happening.
Everybody's afraid. That's what is happening. The society at large have become a fucking big group of pussies.
And what's happening is that there's no what's the word when you do something and there's
Repercussions?
There's no repercussions at
Well,
all.
that's why the crime is continuing to happen.
But
is-
again,
yeah.
I'm not. That's still not my point. Like, yes, there's no repercussions.
Yes, they
but,
shouldn't be doing it in the first place because they're
Right.
not raised right. But that's just the
But
way it
even like
is.
a friend should be like telling people not to act this way. It's a society is falling apart.
Yeah, it is. It's crumbling.
and
100%.
like person to person, we're falling apart. And it's
like
not
a house
it's not
of
about-
cards.
Yes.
Very good.
Very nice.
Very good.
Yeah, but you know what I mean. Like, I feel like it shouldn't be.
And then
I wish it
people
wasn't about
have
cops
guns now, which I'm about to get one. But we have guns because we're afraid because the cops can't do anything because the law's set in place. So the other night I was in bed and I hear this screaming. It's next door, not at my place. I was at my boyfriend's house because he was out of town, of course. And I hear this, help me, help me. Well, and then I hear this guy screaming. I hear glass breaking. And then all of a sudden I hear a cop car. And I was like, what? I couldn't believe it. A siren. Like, you don't hear that shit. You hear help me, and then there's nothing, and then you're like, I wonder if they
The
died.
person saying help me was probably
Died or
an
not.
off-duty cop who just called one of his buddies.
No, so
Yeah.
so it was a Russian woman, and I heard every word she was saying because it's there's a driveway that goes down into the garage, and then it's the house, and so the apartment here, so it echoes. So I heard everything, and she's like, "You're supposed to fucking protect and serve. You're not protecting me. I'm gonna get fucking killed by this man. Are you kidding me? He's not on the okay." So it turns out it's her boyfriend, it sounds like. Okay. So about a half hour, the cops leave. And then I hear the guy again, and he's an Indian guy. And
What was his accent like?
yeah, knew it.
Just a little bit of it.
But then I hear the glass breaking.
You
Wait,
goddamn Russian slut.
That's what it sounded like. And so the next morning I wake up and I hear him go, baby,
Good morning.
baby, open the door, open the door, open the door, open the door. And I'm just like, God damn it. So then I took a video of him.
for you.
Wait.
Waiting.
So yesterday morning, I hear him. Wait, was yesterday Yeah. And it's, of course, he's drunk. It's, it's Monday, Memorial Day. And all I hear for about 45 minutes at 7 a.m. is, baby, can you open up the window? Open up the window. Open up the window. Baby, baby, baby. Open. And he's whispering, but he's so loud. And I finally go to the window and I go, what the fuck? Are you fucking kidding me? Every fucking week, man, get it to fucking together. Go to fucking rehab. Fucking get a new girlfriend. What the fuck? And then he goes, yes, you're totally right. You're totally right. I'm so sorry. And he walks away and he leaves. And then I felt bad for him because I
Probably
was
killed
like,
himself.
oh no, but I felt bad.
I heard the
that
story. Indian guy killed himself.
That's not what I felt bad that I yelled at him because he was like, you are totally right.
He's sitting in the corner.
Maybe it's what he needed.
No one's ever said that if I've yelled. They're like, fuck you or something. He was like, you are totally right. You totally right.
And Heidi's like,
He
thank you,
left.
come again.
There was a guy that
That's amazing.
Maybe a few
Amazing.
months ago, there was a guy that did that tactic to me and totally threw me off guard. Because I saw his dog shit on my lawn, and that drives me crazy when they don't pick it up. And so I'm watching from the window. I go busting out there, no shirt on, and I'm like, dude, you're gonna fucking clean up after your fucking dog. And I'm like, da-da-da-da. And he's like, I don't have a bag. I don't have a bag. I'm like, if you don't have a fucking bag, then don't fucking walk your dog. Get a bag. And he's like, you know what? You're absolutely right. I'm so sorry.
I'm not done yelling. I'm still
And then
mad.
I'm like, do you want bags? I have a dog. And he's like, yeah. And I end up giving him a whole roll.
So you were saying a nice thing with the angry voice.
Yeah, with the angry voice.
It's really nice to meet you, dude. Come over anytime, really.
He totally
Your dog's
threw
fucking
me.
adorable, dude.
Totally threw.
What's his name?
He's like, you're absolutely right. And I was like totally thrown my whole game.
Does you want to meet my dog Jake or no? I'll get him right now.
It's so funny.
Have a good one, man.
He totally threw me. But getting back to your point.
His name's Todd, by the way.
Getting back to your point, without being political or any of that, I think you're right. There's something going on. and we live in the city that we happen to live in, I think it's exponentially worse because it's a very liberal city.
Yep.
And there's way too many woke people going on. And I'm not even saying that there's a problem with that, but woke people need to wake the fuck up. Like, there's a huge fucking problem going on.
Yeah, woke doesn't work with criminals. I understand that part.
Right,
for sure.
right. But my point is this, like, okay, so I was listening to the woman give the description to the cops, showing them on the ring cam. And when she showed them and said, look, it's 2 black guys that are breaking into my house, half the fucking neighbors were like you could feel them
It's just
God.
a
get
fact.
offended.
It's just a fucking.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
these are the guys on
this
the ring
moment.
camera.
Oh my
Like,
God.
this is what they look like. Like, what's the? If it was 2 white guys, she would say, "Look, it's 2 white guys."
We
on my
knew
ring.
it. Yeah.
You asked for a description, so I think inherently what you're talking about is that part of that's what's crumbling, and I think that I've said it a million times. Like, social media, 24-hour news cycles, whatever, they just ruined society. You know what I mean?
Oh my God.
Like,
Absolutely, yeah.
people
I agree.
don't know how to communicate together. People are too hung up on causes that they know nothing about. People are filled with fucking guilt that they should have nothing to feel guilty for. People are fighting for causes that they have no fucking skin in the game about.
Yeah, they don't really. They don't believe it. That's
Right,
another
and
thing.
it's
They don't believe it.
bullshit. It's all bullshit, and it's all, again, same as like we were talking about religion before. I think it's geared by the people up above, not being conspiracy thinking. Like,
It's a new
keep
world
all
order.
these, keep all these fucking
It's George Soros and
keep-
Charles Schwab. But you laugh.
keep
You
all
laugh,
the-
I
but
don't
it
believe the
might
New World
be.
Order. I don't believe the New World Order.
You're
I don't
forced
but
to
anyway,
you're forced to pick a side about everything.
yep.
It's just
It
it's
divides
set up
everybody.
that way. It's set up to divide. But when I said before, like, yeah, everybody's become pussies, and what I meant by that is people are afraid to take a stand. There's robberies rampant in my neighborhood right now.
Yep. Yeah.
Everybody's in their houses, scared
And the sad part
little
is-
ducks.
Okay,
Instead of
okay.
getting together and being like, this is bullshit, let's just stop this ourselves, which is what I'm trying to do. Everybody's, we don't want to offend anybody, any of the robbers or any of the...
Wait.
What are you
Hi-
fucking people talking
I just
about?
waiting to pounce
Wait.
here. Yeah, yeah.
So at Anthony's house, his condo place, there was a woman that was stealing packages consistently for a week. Every package. I mean, like, it was nuts.
But
Well,
Amazon drops off about 20 packages a day, probably.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
So they put up a picture of her because they had it. They found it on the thing. Well, she was black. So the two women, one white and one black, in the building, said, "Well, we don't want to put that up." And my boyfriend was like, "What do you mean you don't want to put it up? He's Persian, so he's bright." And he's just like, he didn't get it at first. And he was like, "Well, of course we do. Because then when we see her come in the building, we know that that's her. She's the one that's been stealing everybody's packages." Well, and they had a fucking week-long, as she's still stealing the shit, week-long meetings.
Deliberating
talks,
whether or not
Zoom
to...
meetings. Well, and finally he like snapped and he was like, "What the fuck are you doing? I don't care if she's fucking Asian, white, black, like she's the one that's stealing.
Yeah.
Let's put her up so we know
burying
it's
the
her."
lead on
Like,
everything, yeah.
And everybody was too afraid to do it, but they finally did it and they put it up.
Is this going to end?
No, I don't think so. But here's what the problem is too with the phones. Did you see the young girl who was how old was she? Like 16 or whatever, in Africa, and she burned down the dorm because they took her phone away. Killed 20 people. She burned down the dorm and they were all asleep in the
Was
school.
it an iPhone 13 though? Was it the Max? If so, I kind
her
of
solitaire game
kind of
came
get
on there.
it. Yeah,
Was,
yeah.
her score was gone.
No, I didn't hear
But,
that.
Yeah, so but it's about that too.
But
It's
yeah,
about
like-
kids being like
Entitlement.
fucking
And
spoiled
entitlement
and
and
like, yeah.
look what's going on with schools. Like, you know, like there were guns when I was a kid.
Yeah, no one
Yeah.
brought
They were
them.
not
Yep.
mass. Well, people actually
Oh no,
did.
we had one bring it to a dance, but it's more like, look what I got.
Yeah, but we had even gun violence
Like the
in that way. But
snipers at
like
colleges and
but
stuff.
not like kids wearing trench coats and planning and shooting up the entire school and the staff and everybody and locking the school. It's a different mentality. And these, you can call it mental health or whatever, but yeah, somewhere along the line, our generation or the generation right below us fucked up with the way that
it's slipping through our fingers, the whole thing.
And I think once you add all those things into the mix, like I was saying, of like social media and this and that, like, we didn't know half the shit that kids know today about what the world was talking about.
Heidi and I were just saying on a show recently, like, stop covering the shooters.
Yeah, so
don't tell us their names. I don't want to hear the fucking manifesto. As much as I love the darkest parts, I don't want to stop talking about it.
If the media stops talking about it, that's fine. But your kids are still going to find
on
it
TikTok,
everywhere on TikTok, online, on Facebook, on this, Reddit. On that, and this. It's all Mark Zuckerberg's fault, basically.
Yeah,
it's all
true.
Technology.
But he's one of them. Absolutely. He's one of the 300 people that rule the world. Anyhow, go on.
Yeah, but my point is, and you know what? Look, I'm not even disagreeing that might be closer to the truth than not. That there are
the
a
richest
handful of people,
pick and choose, all that kind of stuff.
that pick and choose, and the way society's geared, and it always has been, is keep everybody fighting down here so we can keep everything up here.
Yep.
That's just the rule of thumb. That's the way society works. But this whole thing that's going on now, it's crumbling fast.
Yep.
Like,
in a good way. You're saying
no,
what's crumbling? Society is crumbling.
I think it's going to get worse before it gets.
Humanity, technology is squeezing the humanity out of human beings.
Yep.
You don't need to learn social skills. You don't need to learn grace. You don't need to learn any of that stuff. Like, if you have a head like mine and I grow up with that, I can't imagine what I would be like.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like, here's the thing. No one's ever told these kids, like, no one gives a fuck about your fucking feelings and your problems and your this and that.
Yep.
So tough it up and learn how to survive and learn how to live.
Yep.
Yeah.
And but my feelings were hurt. My feelings were hurt. My feelings were hurt. Who fucking cares that your feelings were hurt? That's not the way life is supposed to be.
Do you know who doesn't care about your feelings? Everyone else in the world doesn't give a fuck about your feelings.
And my mother-in-law.
But that's not right. Right, but that's not even true anymore. Because all it is I'm offended. I'm offended. I'm offended. I'm hurt. I'm hurt. I'm hurt. You can't say that. That's racist. That's racist. You can't say that. You can't say this word. You can't say that word.
Yep.
It is like,
they don't believe that. I don't believe they believe that.
But even if they don't,
it's working.
That's what's going on.
No,
right
I agree
now.
with that.
Yeah, that's what.
So you get some kid who's got even a little fucking tweak that he probably could get worked through if he was born in the 70s or the 80s even. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Now you get a kid like this who's like from age 5, they've been watching all these things about better thans and less thans and better thans and less thans, and this is the way it is, and this is the way it is. I'm just going to kill everybody,
and then it's
because
from
no
the
one's listening to me.
Too.
What's that?
Yeah.
And if you notice that I have a theory about the age of the shooters, and there's always, not always, but majority of them are ages like 18 to 25. And during the pandemic, I really feel like, especially these boys and girls too, they really had a hard time with the fucking masks. The school were shut down.
Yeah.
And then they're more isolated, and they're on their computers constantly. And it's just, I feel like something happened, and whatever, if they were a little off as it was, and then all of a sudden, you know,
although
the world shut
I wonder
down.
if the shootings are up more since the pandemic, but I just feel like the last 20 years it's been like just
human beings are all about identity and the relationship of self, right? Like you discover yourself as you grow, right? And if you think about what you just said, and if you think about online and constantly being poured information by 24-hour news cycles and opinionated news channels that are like bought and paid for by one side or the other, right? It's not like when I was a kid, the news was on at like 6 o'clock, and that was it. And it was all of the news. It wasn't like my opinion is this, and there was no Tucker Carlson's and all that.
No more opinion news.
Right. So if that's what you're talking about. And one of the key things to human survival is the identity of self and creating an identity for yourself. And then in light of what you just said, then we have this pandemic. Now, not only are you communicating mostly through computers, but when you're out in public, your identity is literally hidden. Like all these things. Now,
you don't have to make eye contact with anybody.
Right. If you want to make that into conspiracy theory, like that's what they're doing purposely, that's another story. I could believe that or I could not. But that is what happened.
Yep.
And now you're getting, like, think about the kids that live through that as children. They're going to be identityless. And when there's a human need, a desire to push through to identity and no one's listening to you, I'm going to make all you fucking people remember me.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that's how you get school shooters.
That's the Pearl Jam song. Pearl Jam song. Jeremy is kind of about that. No one listens to me. You're gonna listen now.
You know what happened to kids who were bullied when I was a kid? They became CEOs of companies.
Exactly.
Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, like I'll show you.
The geeky kids all fucking like got picked on, and they all became fucking successful business people.
Which funny enough, people they've said that psychopaths and sociopaths or people that run multi-million-dollar companies or billion-dollar companies have the same mentality as serial killers.
And also heart surgeons.
Really?
Yes.
Why? Just
because it's the holding your life in their hands and stuff like that. That's what we've been
like
taught,
heart surgeons specifically.
And getting back to like what it really is all about, it's all
God complexes.
It's all about the cards you're dealt.
Oh,
some of us get dealt them, some of us don't.
I was gonna add one more thing, but we should probably end it there.
No, go ahead. Add it.
Well, I want to end on something really, really stupid. It's about shitting. You guys want to talk about shitting for a second?
Of course.
Yeah.
I have a question for everyone in the room. If you're about to take a shower, you know you're going to shower, and you take a shit.
Still got to wipe first.
Do you?
I do.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Why?
Wipe until it's white with your baby wipes.
But you're about to get into the shower.
But you don't dig into your butt to like in the shower.
Why not?
Well, I mean, if you have a washcloth and stuff, but it's better to you get in there and like.
Wait, do you wash your asshole with a washcloth and then also wash your face?
No.
Are you sure you don't?
Of course I don't. No, I'm saying that because
like when you go
I wipe before I get into the shower.
It's like if you're going through the car wash, okay? You know how like there's
you don't wash your car before the car wash.
No, but you do. When you go into the car wash, there's like
some hard
a
to
light
reach
mist
places.
first.
Yes.
That's what the shower water does.
Exactly.
That's what that's what the toilet paper is. It's the light mist first, and then you can fully clean. But
and
no,
it should be a baby
here's
wipe.
why
Or like a wipe.
I'm a baby wiper.
I just can't psychologically stand.
Oh, we know how you
shit
are.
Being in my ass, even from the walk to the toilet to the shower.
Oh, yeah, you take
that
like
long
4
1
showers.
foot walk.
Yeah.
You've seen our bathroom.
Yeah. No, I can't do it. Well, you lick shit off a wall.
Our shower and our toilet are the same
Basically
device.
the same thing.
I guess I think for me it depends on the ferociousness of the shit. Like if it's a messy one, I'll probably do a little cleanup. But if it's like a grease lightning, just like a whoop, and then there it goes. I might get right in the shower.
Toilet paper and bidet before I get in the shower.
If I had a bidet, I would just bidet and then get in the shower. What about you?
I do both.
I have. It's never crossed my mind to just whoop it right in the shower. Not a chance.
Yeah, me either. You guys are right. I think we're all in the same boat here.
Yeah.
We're all in the same boat.
Says the shit
Stinky
liquor.
boat. Oh my god.
Says the wall shit liquor.
And here I am wondering why our shower keeps backing up. I'm kidding.
I told you about the time when my son was little. Yeah.
Has Heidi heard the story
Yeah,
about?
I think about the yeah.
Is it okay, Dad, to go to the bathroom and
like,
shower?
yeah,
Yeah,
For
sure.
it. Pops his shit out in the shower.
I was like,
man.
I said it was okay. I couldn't get mad.
He was 14 years old when that happened. That was so crazy.
Last week.
Wild.
Oh man! All right. Well, we're all in agreement on that.
That was a hypothetical.
Hypothetical.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm asking for a friend of mine.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, same boat, guys. That's fucking weird if someone does that.
Funny.
But we want to hear from you guys. What do you guys do? And don't be shamed by these knuckleheads.
Remember when you asked people when they wash their sheets?
Yeah.
And some of them were like every
Dude.
fucking day or something.
Someone said every couple of days. What are you?
Yeah,
Once a
what
week.
do you?
Once a week. Okay,
Okay.
reasonable.
Yeah.
I'm proud of you.
Yeah,
We
once a
we
week.
got a handful of people being like every 3 months.
No.
Well, it holds
too much
all your
stuff
dead
happens
skin
at night.
cells too.
When I was a kid, I would go a year sometimes.
What?
But
You did not.
I swear to God, yeah. No. I sometimes go a year.
But I've always been told this. I've always been told that when you have clean sheets, it produces like this new energy. So I'm like, I believe in that. Like, I know it's bizarre.
You know what?
Because it's
sometimes
your dead skin cells.
You say a lot of crazy shit.
Yeah.
I might believe that one.
Yeah. Like
because the feeling of clean sheets is pretty wonderful.
So great.
Pretty wonderful.
Pretty good.
But when I was a kid, like my sheets were like hard. It was like flannel sheets, but there was so much grease and gook where it was like a smooth surface.
When you were like a kid,
it was like this wood.
Jump and slide like the Dukes of Hazzard.
My first 19 years of my life, I grew up in a filthy house. Like I didn't know that like you're supposed to, clean things.
Yeah, I used to
see. That's the other thing too. Why I'm like that. My mother was like a fucking clean freak.
Oh,
yeah,
that's
so not
like
my
to
life.
the point of neuroses. Like, like
that's my
clinical
mom too.
clean.
Our parents ruin us in every way. There's no right way to do it. So in a good way, I'm kind of happy that you lost your baby, Heidi, because that thing would be fucked up.
Oh my God.
No problem of yours, but it would be one other fucked up person in the world that would blame you for everything.
She didn't lose it. She intentionally misplaced
murdered,
it.
Murdered.
I lost it.
Oops. Murdered right down the toilet.
Folded the baby hand.
Now, good shit.
I hate it when you would go to a guy's house and he wouldn't have sheets on his bed. Or he'd have
That's a thing?
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I knew dudes that were like that, but I always...
I
was like a fucking fitted sheet, regular sheet, comforter. Like, I always had that.
Hospital corners?
It's funny you just said that because I'd forgotten. There was a time when I was a kid where I didn't have sheets on the bed and I slept in a sleeping bag on top of my
mattress.
bed. And I had
kids that did that.
I had my aunt who had cancer when she was dying. She bought me a waterbed, and that eventually popped.
Cool.
So I had a box spring and another mattress on top of the frame of the waterbed because it didn't fit inside. So what was my point? And that's where I had the sleeping bag and no sheets.
Aww.
Yeah, sympathy.
Where was the home that had the earwigs?
That house? It was that bed.
And it was inside the mattress?
There was a hole in my mattress that I saw an earwig, which is these little pincher bugs come out. So I pushed the hole and thousands came out. Yeah, things were pretty cool in my house.
I had friends living in those conditions and they'd be like, you want to sleep over? And I'd be like,
no. I wet the bed every night, dude. I can't.
Oh, I can't.
Yeah. I didn't have anyone over my house. There's like 2 friends that I would like allow in there.
Yeah. Weirdly, I would not want friends to come over for the opposite reason too. Like, we can't be kids in my house.
Oh yeah.
You know, we could be outside, but
if you can't come in with dirt on your feet or any of that kind of stuff.
Like we weren't. I didn't like. I maybe walked in the living room in my house like, maybe 3 times in my entire childhood because my mother would vacuum and. You weren't allowed to step on the lines. You weren't.
Did she have the plastic on the couch? That thing?
We didn't do that, but no one sat on it anyway, so it wasn't like we never used
those
it.
Decorative.
Where was the TV? Did you have a different
downstairs?
room?
Yeah, we had a different room, and I had a TV. We had black and white TV in my bedroom, like this big.
Wow.
Yep.
It's probably $1,300 for that thing back then.
Yeah.
Wow.
I used to watch the original Saturday Night Lives in the 70s on that black and white television. Yeah, like for the first time, like John Belushi. Yeah.
Wow.
Wild shit.
Yeah.
Those were the best.
Yeah, I never experienced.
You had to like
that.
move
I missed the black and white by not. I was born in '79, so I missed it by I don't know 5 years.
Yeah.
Of like how black and white was kind of like a normal thing.
Yeah.
And that clicker was so hard to turn sometimes.
Like
oh yeah, we had tweezers at one point, or not pliers, because the thing popped off. So there was a pair of pliers on top of the TV to change
there
the
were
channel.
only 5 numbers.
Yeah.
Yep.
And what was 3 or one of them was just to tune into something.
Yes.
Maybe 0. Something was like to tune in or some bullshit.
Yeah,
or the
UHF
or the VCR channel.
channels.
Yeah. Life is weird. Yeah. Kids today have no idea.
Remember when
they're too busy shooting each other up.
Remember when the news would start and say, "Do you know where your children are?"
That's what Michael and I were talking about that yesterday.
It's 10 p.m.
No.
Do you know where your children
are?
are? Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking A.
Because that was a time where parents used to just let kids go and not worry about them coming back or not.
And we did some crazy shit too.
Oh yeah,
dangerous. Yeah,
yeah.
We was throwing rocks at people on motorcycles.
If I think back, like there's times where I think back to shit I did and I get nervous. I'm like, oh.
Yeah,
like it's in my muscle memory.
My kids could do that.
Well,
I grabbed a power line when I was 16 to see because my friend had outside of his bedroom door. He lived in an apartment and there was like a little balcony and there's a power line there. And I was with two of my friends. I'm like, it wouldn't be there this close if it would hurt someone. Mm. They're like, yeah, but don't. I'm like, I have to know. I just have to know. It can't be that close and be dangerous. And I grabbed it. I did not get electric, but I should have exploded.
Wait, so in the news this morning, I just read. There was a Bahama, like a sunset cruise with a bunch of kids who just graduated high school. And it was, I forget what cruise line it was. And they dared this kid who had just turned 18, just graduated, and they were all from Louisiana, and this happened in the Bahamas. And he jumped off.
The cruise ship? The
cruise ship. And there's a video if you want to find it. And they throw him a life preserver. And at first the kids are like, oh my God, I can't believe you did it. And then all of a sudden he's too far away from the thing.
Oh, for
and he
fuck's
fucking
sake.
is dead.
There's a video of him afterwards.
I gotta see it. Let's see it.
Fucking people.
God damn.
But I thought of that. I thought of like,
I wish I could call the kids stupid, but I would do it.
Yeah, exactly. When we were kids, we all did that. I double dog dare you. Oh, okay, let's
After
try
jumping
it.
off the boat.
Warning, distressing content. I love it already. No, that's not. This is not it. But wait, that's a vicious attack.
Also good.
Oh, I think it's coming after this though, right?
My entire when you go to Instagram and open up like the magnifying glass and go to like look at reels,
Yeah.
all I see is vintage Broncos and fist fights. the whole fucking and a little bit of Sydney Sweeney nowadays. Oh man.
I sent you some kids getting hurt today.
Oh, and I told you that's our favorite account.
Yeah,
It's the number one best. Where the fuck's the video?
Yeah,
God
right
damn!
there,
Oh,
right there.
it's the video though.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not a video.
Oh, well, I watched it.
I mean, we gotta get the idea. I mean, this here's the kid struggling.
The video is so it's not. I'm not.
It makes me.
It's so good,
I almost get that claustrophobic feeling of like the moment that he realizes, oh no,
yeah,
why did I do this?
Wait. This was a mistake.
Wait.
I hope they think I'm cool.
I sent it to you. If you don't have. Oh, there. Yeah. Where's the sound?
God, I got it.
Oh. This kid fucking jumped off. Oh my fucking God. Oh, bye-bye. Oh, shit. That's it. Hey, the buoy.
And then he disappears. But that kid who said, oh, bye-bye.
Yo, this kid's fucking gone, bro.
He's dead.
And as a parent, are you like, how did I not teach this kid or?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
I sent that.
Can he not swim?
I sent that to Anthony. No, he could, but think about it. It's the current.
Dude,
You're in the Bahamas,
and the ship's going that way. Like, yeah.
But it looks like he just got in the water and then he just goes under.
No, it looks like he's trying to swim like this to the thing, and then it takes him out. But I sent that to Anthony because his kids just turned 16, and one of them is the kid that's taking all the dares, and they hang around Largemont, and these kids are like fucking terrorized.
Go in traffic, man!
Like, and I sent that to them, and I was like, don't be that kid.
Fucking A.
Because
brutal.
You think you're a good swimmer, and then you jump into the fucking Bahamas because the kid. Oh my God.
Well, thanks for tuning in, everybody. It's a fun show today. Wow.
You might have to cut this one up.
Wow.
Add some humor.
People are ready to digest this one.
If
you're listening to this show, please do not take your own life after this episode. This was a fucking downer.
Well, you wanted to see you.
Oh, man. He's gone, dude. All right. Thanks, guys.
No, but we were talking about doing stupid shit.
We
and
sure
that's
were.
Fucking stupid shit. Because
that is stupid.
We could have died doing the stuff that we did.
Hey, we still might.
Are you kidding me?
I'll take any dare. I lick things. I'll probably get a disease from something I lick.
You
no
don't
offense,
do
Darren.
that anymore.
I did it a month ago. I licked a brown, mushy
true.
substance off of a wall in Australia. It's pretty cool.
Maybe it was Vegemite.
Todd wants to leave.
Yeah, I want to get the fuck out of here.
All right.
Me too. Me too.
Guys.
Go home and shower.
I'm gonna
cleanse myself.
I'm going to take a shit and then pull my pants up and go enjoy my night.
Run around.
Like a little kid.
That's it. All right. Later, folks.
This is Lola, and I'm here to tell the world to stop being such pussies and listen to Rare Form Radio.